Alright, so now we'll start playing with the DAOstack Hacker Kit. So if you haven't, go ahead and clone the repo. I have already cloned the repo and I'm in the starter template example of the Hacker Kit. So we'll start with editing the environment file and adding network provider, and this is the Ganache accounts private key to it. Once we've done that, credit, and another thing that you'll have to modify is the test DAO spec. Here we'll define the name of the organization, token and its symbol, the reputation we will be giving to the founder members, and the tokens that we'll give to them. Then the parameters for scheme registrar, we are using the parameter 0th, a parameter of voting machine at the 0th index. These are the voting machine parameters. We'll be using Genesis protocol voting machine here, and these parameters basically it's a stiff side. So something like Q vote required percentages, basically the amount of voter percentage required to pass the proposal instantly, or we can decide how long the boosted proposals will stay open and so on. Then we choose on which schemes we want to register, and we are registering here a scheme registrar and the contribution reward. Scheme registrar lets us register new schemes to the DAO once it's deployed, and contribution reward, I've not mentioned the parameters here, but if that's not mentioned, it just uses the voting machine parameters at 0th index. So once you've done that, go ahead and run Talker. So it will take some time for the first build and deployment. While that's happening, we can take a look at the Docker compose file. It's going to start a app service, which is going to be a very simple React front end to play with the DAO. Then it is going to start a Ganache service, to which we are deploying our DAO. And then we have a graph node service where we'll deploy our subgraph, and which takes care of indexing the events from our private blockchain. And then it's also deploying IPFS service. The details of the subgraph and its mapping is stored in IPFS. And lastly, we have a Postgres service where all the blockchain events that are indexed by our subgraph get stored. So our service is created. We can check the logs from Ganache, and we can see our DAO has been deployed, which is good. Now that the DAO is deployed, we'll edit this .n file in the subgraph folder, and then here set the network to be private. Subgraph name could be whatever you want. Just choosing DAOstack. Postgres password is same as what you used in the Docker compose. And lastly, the Ethereum node, which in the case of Ganache is going to be localhost. if you're doing this deployment for testnet or Rinkeby, you can just use either the network to be, you can use network to be testnet and Ethereum node to be the Rinkeby or Infura or whatever you have. So that's done. We are back to the same starter template folder, and we're going to run deploy graph from here. This will cd into the directory, install the subgraph package, and then deploy the subgraph. One thing you can check right now is this migration. So this is the output of the migrations that we just ran. These are the base contracts, which if you're not using the private net, if you're using the testnet or mainnet, these are all already deployed, and these are the details of your DAO. That avatar contract, which is the face of the DAO, token and reputation contracts are native to the DAO, and then this controller address. And if you remember here, we decided not to use the universal controller, so our controller was separately deployed. So this done, we'll go and start our subgraph as well as our React. So this is an interface for querying our subgraph. And you can see we have one DAO, but no proposal submitted yet. This is a very simple DApp front end. We're going to submit our demo proposal here. Hacker kit example. We just get, yeah, we don't really have to go over, just get this URL. Doesn't really matter. Beneficiary is by default the account that we have selected here, and we haven't given any ETH to the DAO yet, but we can transfer ETH from any of our dummy Ganache accounts, so that our DAO is not empty. And then, so, but for now, I'm just gonna submit that. It would not matter until we redeem the proposal. So this is a reputation reward we are asking. We're going to create the proposal. Which is open, so it's unlockable, so I'm going to confirm it. And boom. It got deployed, the app will get refreshed, and boom, this is our proposal. You can make it pretty and nice if you really want. And here, if we query our graph again, we see this is our proposal. We can see it is right now in queued stage, but we can go ahead and vote from here. And but this account does have reputation, so it should go. Now if you see query again, you can see we do have one vote for pass, but we'll obviously have to vote from multiple accounts. Also, you can stake up or down, and so on. So that's it. Happy hacking.